Hey, good night to all of my super awesome Wednesday students. You guys remember, you all are the elite. You guys are the best of the best. And you guys are also the SEA students. Except for Justin. Justin isn't standard for, so he still has a whole year. So first things first, alright, I want to know how you guys doing. Second, I want to make sure everybody is okay. Now remember, one of the keys to beating exam stress is to just think positive. Think about the situation that we're currently in and just look at all of the positive attributes. One, you guys are the first SEA students in history to ever get your wish come true. Like all students that I've ever taught ever, from CXC to A levels to university chemistry students, they all say, sir, I wish we could get extra time. And more often than not, that is never ever ever the case, because I mean, these schools, these bodies like the government of Trinidad Ministry of Education, they have rules, they have guidelines. They have to ensure that they go on a proper time frame. You guys have an extension in the SEA exam, so you guys have extra time. So first of all, for students who are already prepared, I know we do have some students who they were hoping that the exam would be on April 2nd, and they just conserve just enough energy for that exam itself. Now, for you students, I recommend that you guys like dress back a little bit, take a little relax, a little breather. Take like 2 or 3 days off, watch a little bit of TV, nothing gonna hate it, but then when you start to feel refreshed and re-energized, then you start back on your path towards SEA success. For students who weren't prepared, guess what, guys? You guys have a second chance to do well, because we haven't gotten the official date with the government. They've made an address, the Prime Minister made an address, and it will be postponed. So April 2nd is out of the window. Alright, second thing, how you guys doing at home? This is day number 3, and I already ate out all of my snacks, so I have no snacks. Miss Aruna is not pleased because that was supposed to last for like a month or more. So yeah, I have no more snacks. Hey, so what we have here is we're actually gonna try some experimental software, which is cool. So you see, hello, smiley face. So essentially, what this does is that this mirrors whatever I have on the screen and puts it as a video. So this way I could actually give you guys a good explanation, or actually had some little jokes prepared to kind of like ease the tension of the fact that most of us. Oh, okay, the first one is, man, I really love my furniture. Me and my recliner go way back. Then there's another one. A slice of apple pie is $2.50 in Jamaica, US, $3 in Bahamas, and $4 in Trinidad and Tobago. These are pirates of the Caribbean. That is the cost of pie in the Caribbean. What was the other one? Oh, I was fired from the keyboard factory yesterday. I wasn't putting in enough shifts. So shifts as in time to go to work, and shifts as in the shift key. Alright, so what we're gonna do is I'm thinking we're gonna use this extra time we're gonna remember last week I promised you guys that we will be doing actual SEA past papers. So I will fulfill my promise, and I think we should have bought that pizza last week, because I mean, we're not too sure when we will get pizza again. Okay, so let's start it. Question number 1, section 1. This is the easy baby stuff. You guys can do this in your sleep. Joshua could just will his pen to write the answer. I mean, come on. But again, remember what I told you guys, a lot of students make silly errors in section 1 and they lose marks because they underestimated. This is a good example of this would be last year for Christmas. Me and my family, we always have this line where we go for Christmas by my uncle's house. He has a big house. I have a lot of little cousins. So my little cousin, she is 6 years old and she recently started to do martial arts. So I've done Krav Maga when I was working anti-crime. I've done all sorts of martial arts, and I'm a big guy, so I'm pretty sure a little baby is not going to harm me. So she was like, she learned some kata, she learned how to punch, and she learned how to block and roundhouse kick, and I was like, whoa, I should really start back martial arts. So she came and she was like practicing punches on everybody, and I was like, yeah, it's not gonna hurt. My little cousin, she landed one of the most brutalist punch on me ever. That is essentially section one. Section one, it looks simple. It is simple, but every now and then, every 1 in 3 questions, they give you one of those questions that it is so simple that there is a possibility of making mistakes. So let's do two things. One, let us use this session to relearn fundamental concepts that were taught way back in standard 3, standard 2 that you guys may not have paid attention to, may have forgotten. I mean, that's definitely a reality, forgetting this because of the fact that it was taught so long ago. So let's work on that right now. I hope this is recording. Again, this is a new software that I'm testing out. I am using this document today because it is high resolution. A lot of the other documents that I was finding online, I have to either take a picture of it or scan it or other things, and I want you guys to get the best video quality. So while other lessons classes, they canceled the class, and I was like, yeah, the government say no class, and they didn't give any supplementary work or anything like that. We at Elite Educators, we believe in giving you value for your money. So we didn't just be like, yeah, the government say class cancel, hard luck, next week we'll resume. No. Me and Miss Arena, we have been working around the clock. Well, one, in my case, to eat snacks, and two, to also get work out to all of our students, filming, recording. And the thing is, this is a very new and novel space for us because even though I like new phones and new technology, I think I don't know, I just really never learned the whole videography and how much things actually goes into making a good video. That is why I have a newfound respect for YouTubers. YouTubers are awesome. Okay, so let us begin. Write the value of the underlined digit in the numeral, and we have numbers 124.39. So let's look at it. This is a throwback to our friend. This is a throwback to the place value tables that we learned in session number 1. So people who were with us from the beginning, you guys remember that what we have is when we have this dot. Okay, so I'm trying my best to write neat for you guys. So let's say we have a number like, all right, let's put the same exact number, 124.39. So you guys would have learned in standard 3 that anything left of the decimal point, so let's change color, this would be the decimal point. So anything to the left, everything to the left of that would be whole numbers. So for instance, let's go green. We have 4, which will be 1s. Then the 2 will be 10s. The 1 will be 100. And then after hundreds, we continue. Another number would actually be thousands. So I'll just write that there. Thousands. Then we have tens of thousands. And then after that, we have hundreds. Just write in hundreds of. Oh no, guys. Okay, so it seems that we may have lost the feed after 8 minutes and 53 seconds. I have no idea how that happened. Okay, let's do a quick revision. But first, let me see. Okay, I think the last thing they were talking about was when I was writing hundreds, thousands. But again, before we continue, I just want to show you guys. All right, let's see if I can like highlight it here, so it might be a little bit better. Okay, that was very unexpected. That literally like threw me off balance. So what we were talking about is that I want to show you guys in this session, in all of these sessions, because we have a little bit extra time. The first thing I want to do is I want to go through, you see I highlighting it here, the theory. So just now we went through how to do this question. I'm not even sure if I get the answer, but the answer itself is 3/10. And the reason why is that whatever we have left of the decimal place, we have ones, we have tens, we have hundreds. And once we go to the right of the decimal place, the example I was using was a pizza here. So if we have a full pizza at Stuffed Crust Pizza, which we should have bought in the last class, and we have the pizza delivery boy, he was real lazy, so he was like, hey, we're just gonna cut it into 4 slices. Okay, I'm making sure I'm recording now. Okay, good. So 4 out of 4 slices would be the full entire pizza. So if your little brother or your sister come and just like grab 2 slices and run into their room, that would be 2 out of the 4 slices. That would be, if we reduce it, it will be a half. So therefore, half represented 1/2 would be 0.5. And 0.5 itself is half of a whole of 1.0. So therefore, once we go to the right of the number, we go into portions, we go into fractions of a whole. So therefore, 0.3 would actually represent 3/10. If we had 10 slices, it would be 3 slices of that pizza. And we got the answer is 3/10. So I can't believe I was talking for over half an hour and stopped recording. No. Alright, don't worry. We will do this again. So guys, if you guys get this a little bit later, it is because I am now learning to use technology. I'm pretty sure a standard 5 kid could operate this better than me. This generation is just awesome. Alright, so we're gonna teach you in all of these questions the theory. We're gonna teach you how to do the particular question, the mechanics of it, how to denote the answer, how to write the answer. 3, what I always do in class, pitfalls. How do students get this wrong? And what we did, we talked about some students would actually write 3/10s instead. If you write 3/10s, it would be as if you were writing to the left of the decimal point. And 3/10s, all right, let's go back to this little marker thingy here. 3/10s, 3 groups of 10 will be 30. And 30 is very different from 0.3. That is a lot of difference. And in the last video, I was calling people and stuff. Okay, so yeah, okay, we will do this video over. Make sure we don't hit that stop button. And then after the pitfalls, we write the correct answer and the mechanics of the correct answer. So let us go on to question numero dos. Around 2,845 to the nearest 1,000. Okay guys, so the first thing we'll do is let us see if this has an eraser. Yes, it does. Okay, I believe it does. Okay, so let us erase this little, that is not erasing. It is still not erasing. Ah, yes sir. Hallelujah. Alright, good. So we have some more space for question number 2. The cool thing about this software is it actually has a hand rest, so that you can actually put your hand and it will not interfere with the actual content. I just hope this records. If this does not record, I will cry. Alright, so let's start. So round 2,845 to the nearest 1,000. So 1,000 from the place value table is like 1 with 1, 2, 3 zeros after it. So essentially, when we go into thousands, we have 1,000, we have 2,000, we have 3,000. And what we want to do is we want to find out if 2,845 is closer to 3,000 or closer to 1,000. Because in groups of thousands, we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. If we were rounding it off to the nearest hundreds, then we would have to see if 800 was closer to 900 or to 700. So 3,000 is the number. Okay, I should have flipped it. 3,000 is the number higher than 2,845, and 1,000 is the other 1,000 that is lower to 2,845. So when we round off, we have certain rules. And those rules are basically this. Well, okay, the first thing that we learned in class was approximation means to round off, and we have to just get it to the closest value that is above or below it. A number can be approximated to anything, tens, thousands, tens of thousands, but in the SEA syllabus, you're required, you just need to learn how to round off to thousands, and this is what we have here. They could also say something to the effect, instead of just rounding off, they could say right to the nearest, or use the word approximate as well. So the rules are basically this. If the digit that we're looking at is less than 5, okay, so in this particular question, let me just get a different color. I'll use green. So 2 would be the thousands, and the digit we will have to look at would be the, so this 2 represents thousands, and we're gonna look at the digit to the right of it. So remember, you write right, some students mistake it and look at the other number. So we, in this case, we will look at 8. So 8 is a number. 8 is the number that will help us deduce the number that we would be rounding it off to. So the rule is, if that digit is less than 5, so say for instance, if that digit is 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, all the digits after it just go to 0. So if for instance it was 2134, and we had to approximate to thousands, we basically, this would be closer to 2000 than to 3000. So the answer itself would be 2000. In this case, we have 8. So if the digit to the right of the 2, which is 8, is 5 or more, so if we have 5, if we have 6, 7, 8, or 9, and we got a 8, right? Then we increase the digit that you are rounding off by 1 and change all of the digits to zeros. So essentially, since we have 2845, we increase this 2 by 1, which will be 3. So we put in 3. And then all of the digits after it would be zeros. So this is a formal textbook method, right? What the rules are just now called out for you guys is the official textbook method. But you guys know me. You guys know that in the heat of the STA exam, you guys might be nervous. You guys might be anxious. Guys might be scared. So what I personally would advise you guys to do, and remember, this is section 1. Section 1 doesn't really call for that much. We can let us erase this here. So I'll show you guys what the method I would tell you guys to do in that exam conditions. So we have 2845, and above 2845, the thousands would be 3000, and below it would be 2000. Right, these are thousands, and all we have to do is see which one is it closer to. Like for instance, if you have 2845, that is less than 200 to bring it to 3000. Or if we have to get to 2000, we have to minus 845, and that is a lot. So therefore, it's automatically 3000. Now, remember, I want to teach you guys as well, teach you guys in it. We was talking about the theory. So this is my method of teaching you guys, reteaching the syllabus anytime that we have, as well as showing you guys the correct answers on how to tackle these papers in great detail. Alright, so we are on to question number 3. Let us continue. So question number 3, again, we're in section 1. So we have to think as simple as possible. When we go into section 2 and section 3, that is when we have to start thinking more critically. Usually section 1, what they ask is exactly what they want. So we don't have that much tricks. We still have to be aware of tricks, but we try to just do it as simply as possible and then recheck the answer once we have it. So we have 194 minus 86 is equal to 170 plus, the box just means an unknown number. When you guys go into Form 1 and Form 2, they will denote the box as X, which is something that we don't know, but the box is simple enough, minus 86. So on the right hand side and left hand side, the reason why I'm writing horribly now is because I don't want my palm to press this stop button. That's what happened earlier, and we lost 20 minutes of the lesson. So I want to make sure this comes out good. So On the right hand side, we have that box, which means something is missing. On the left hand side, we have all. So we keep a little smiley face. It's like, yay. So we could confidently work out the answer to the left hand side and just put that answer and then work out the right hand side. So let's work it out. So we have 194 minus 86. So this is simple subtraction. So 4, you can minus 4 from 6. It is too small. So we borrow 1 from the 9. So that'll be 14. This will be 8. So 6 and 6, 12 plus 2 will be 8. 8 minus 8 is 0 and 1. Bring it down. You have 180. So let me use that little eraser thingy. So on the left hand side, the answer for the left hand side, what we just got is actually 108. So we know the answer for the left hand side. Now, let us use what we have on the right hand side and see how much we could do. Right? So if we ignore that box, we would see that the operation here, it shows us to subtract. So let us subtract 170 from 86, right? So 0 can minus 6, you borrow 1 from the 7, making it 10. 10 minus 6 will be 4. We have 6 because we borrowed 1, so we take 1 from the hundreds there, and we put it there, we get back 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. So we have 84. So let us use the eraser again to remove anything unnecessary. So essentially, what we have here, we have the box plus, remember that plus sign that we have there? We're not going to forget about him, plus 84. So box plus 84 equals 180. So we could essentially write that again, and I do not want to press this stop button. So 108 equals to unknown plus 84. Now, what we could do is just basically this. So whenever we have 108, let us erase that there. So we have 108. And if we carry this across to the other side of the equation, this plus sign turns into a minus sign, minus 84. And that will give us our box. So 108 minus 84, and it will give us the box. So let us put it down in the format that we know. 108 minus 84. 8 minus 4 is 4. 10 minus 8 is 2. So the answer that we have is 24. So 24. And then what we can do is, if we want to, we can put it back into the equation. Now, don't do this unless you have extra time for the exam. If you don't have extra time, try to get as much marks as possible. Remember, marks are rare for essay. You want to get as much as possible by any means necessary. All right, so last question on page number 1. What is the numeral at position E on the number line? Okay, so the first thing we do with a question like this, believe it or not, this question is actually more related to fractions than you guys think. So essentially, we are dividing a number line into equal parts. Now, alright, the method I used to derive it was this. In the essay exam, they will not give you really difficult questions. They usually make it even multiples. Usually, if we have a number line like that, it would differ by 2, it might differ by 4, it might differ by 5 or 10. So in my case, because of experience, I just tried 5 and it turned out to be the correct answer. So when I actually just tried it by trial and error, I realized 125, 130, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Now, that is from a lot of experience. If you do a lot of past papers, you guys will use that method. However, the correct method, and the method you would want to do to put all the work in, as much working as possible, would essentially be this. So the difference, so we have 175 here, and we have 125 here. So let's find the difference. Let's find how much is the difference from this point to this point. So 175 minus 125, 5 minus 5, 0, 7 minus 2, 5, 1 minus 1, 0. So we have 50. So this entire number line represents 50 units. It could be 50 apples, it could be $50, it could be 50 Panadol multi-symptom tablets, which probably the pharmacies don't have right now. And let's see how much equal spaces this is divided into. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is divided into 10 equal spaces. Actually, let me just write that down so you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 equal spots here. And this entire thing represents 50. Oh, okay. No, sorry. As I say in class, and all students have started to imitate me, 50. So we have 50. We have 50 units and it's divided into 10 equal spots. So let's just work that out. So 50 divided by 10 equals 5. So each individual spot represents a total of 5. So let us erase, so we'll actually have some space to write here. So we just scientifically, empirically calculated that each spot is 5. So 125 we have here, so that'll be, so each one is 5. So okay, let me just erase that and then we will work it out together. So we have 125, that will be 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, and 175. So we get it in order. So A, we just look for A, and A is 160. So the answer is 160. They did not tell us what it is, they just said it was a numeral. So that's all we really have to go on. So we'll just put 160. Alright, so guys, this is page 1. I hope you guys are enjoying this technique, because this technique, it tackles every single thing. This thing tackles theory, it tackles practice, it tackles actual essay past papers. We're not losing any time. So here what, from henceforth, this week is trial and error week. This week is testing different technologies to make the videos as awesome for you guys. Next week, we will be using, I'm not going to mention it as yet because a lot of other schools want to see what we're going to do. So it will be a platform. I will be messaging and calling parents individually, and we will be video conferencing using that particular platform that I'll be paying for. So you guys will have premium VIP services. Even this app was like $30. So I want to make sure that our students get the best of the best. You guys don't miss out anything on it. If even like right now, I think this structure that we're using might actually be even more beneficial to some students, because I don't have to rush. I could basically sit down midnight to do videos for you guys, and you guys get full explanation. I mean, in class, we have so much students asking questions. We have so much students needing help. Because of that, I might forget a point of two. But here, I'm not going to forget a point of two. So anyhow, you guys, don't worry. You guys are the first students ever to get essay postponed. So be proud of that. And remember to ration your snacks. Remember, ration your snacks, especially chewing gum. Bought some from Pennywise and 4 packs done. That's 2 days ago. Anyhow, guys, peace out and prep for the second video where we do another page.